Hi guys, and welcome to our WWE Survivor Series War Games. Uh, yes, prediction video. I am back with Callum for the final pay-per-view or premium live event, whatever you want to call it, for 2022. Yes, the time got this year has flown by. It feels not that long ago since when me and Callum were doing our Royal Rumble predictions, and it's been nearly a year. So my goodness, see, another year's coming. Well, very soon going to be over. But yes, I'm back with Callum for Survivor Series War Games, and yeah, despite the fact I've not really been keeping in up to date with WWE recently, I've been following watching the top tens of Raws and Smackdowns. It's weird. I've not been that hyped for this pay per view, which is strange because this looks amazing. They're bringing the War Games match to the main roster. But I do remember last year's Survivor Series. I wasn't. I was just like the build was rubbish. But I'm not saying this year. The build's been a lot better this year. Um, but yeah, maybe we're just all kind of dying down now till the Royal Rumble in January. But it still should be a really good show. Callum, what do you think?
Well, I think, like you said, I can't actually remember what matches were on last year's Survivor Series card. I'm fairly certain when they did they do the traditional 5-on-5s last
They,
year?
they did. Well, all I remember from last year is Big E and Roman and
Oh,
Sh- Charlotte and Becky. That's all I remember. Yeah.
yeah. I think they announced the teams on like social media or something, didn't
Oh
they? For
yeah.
for especially the
Oh.
women's matches, and it was just a bit like, well, why should I care if you're not even going to build up the actual teams? It was all just thrown in quite
Mm.
anyway. But yeah, this obviously this Survivor Series seems to be better. Obviously, you've got the War Games stipulation. You've got two War Games matches, so they're always quite you know carnage like with the two
Yeah.
rings and everything. So yeah, I mean, like it should be a pretty good show. Hopefully, a lot of
Yeah.
good wrestlers in the War Games matches themselves. So hopefully, they'll put on a good show on the weekend.
Woo. Okay. Well, let's get to it then. To Survivor Series, William Regal, War Games. Okay.
Damn you, William Regal!
I
Damn
love
you!
that's like it's iconic. There's only one way to settle this in a War Games match. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so we might as well start off with a War Games match. Yes, so we have a women's War Games match. How many times have I said War Games?
You're going to see a few more as well. I think over the next 20
Okay,
minutes.
so yeah, a women's War Games match. Yes, we have um, Team Bianca, which is of course Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mitchin, who it was Mia Yim, but she's now called Mitchin, and to be announced. Ooh, we'll talk about that in a minute. What who I think will be announced on SmackDown versus Team Damage Control, Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. Um, okay, so this should be a really fun match. This might kick off the pay per view. Ooh, and this is tricky. I could see both teams pulling off the win here, really. But Callum, you start. Who's winning, Team Bianca or Team Damage Control?
I think it's quite a difficult one, really, because damage control. Well, I mean, obviously, Dakota and Io lost the belts to Asuka and Alexa, and then won them back 6 days later. So there was no point in that,
A
and it kind
crown
of
jewel, yeah.
killed momentum that those two had. Bailey's lost two consecutive matches for the title to Bianca as it is. So I feel like Damage Control need to win. Um, I think it all depends on who the final person is on Bianca's team, because I think it. Well, I think she said yesterday on Raw that they were going to reveal who it was on SmackDown. So it makes me believe it's not going to be someone who's returning. But because I feel like they, when Kevin Owens came out, when he did this the Survivors, the War Games match against the Undisputed Era, and there was that huge pop because they hadn't revealed the last member and everything else.
Hmm.
I thought that maybe it could have been either one of Charlotte, Becky, or Sasha that filled the last space. But because they're doing it on SmackDown, I don't know if it is going to be one of those three now. I feel like it might be someone like Raquel Rodriguez instead, who fills the spot. Um, I'm gonna go for Team Damage Control. Because I think Bailey needs to win something because she's been buried since she came back a bit, basically, really. So yeah, why not? Damage Control. The belt's not on the line. I don't know what's going to happen with the belt afterwards. Maybe someone like Alexa turns heel on Bianca or something. I don't know. Either way, I think Damage Control are going to win somehow.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Damage Control, just like you said. Bailey does need a bit of a win, but it's the to be confirmed on Bianca's team that's making me think that could be the game changer. Maybe it is Becky, Charlotte, or I think it could be Tegan Nox, because there's been rumors she's coming back, and Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox, because their NXT rivalry, that could be quite cool. Wasn't that when she turned on Tegan Nox? It was in the women's War Games match in NXT, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god. So yeah, maybe they think, okay, yeah, it could be Tegan Nox, yeah, okay, but I'm gonna say Damage Control because it's tough, but I just think give Bailey a win, please, on paper. On pay-per-view. I mean, she gets wins on Raw, but I mean, on pay-per-view, give her a win, please. So it should be a great match. But yeah, I'm gonna say Team Bailey pick up the win in a great War Games match. Okay. Next up, we have is a match which I think is probably the least hyped up match, least excited for. Yeah, we have a singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes, we have Rowdy Ronda Rousey defending her belts up against Shotzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Shotzi won a number one contendership match, so she became number one contender to face Ronda. And to be honest, I'm not that bothered. I mean, they've tried to build this up on Raw, like with Shayna Baszler and Ronda beating down Shotzi, and Shotzi's had backup. Is it Raquel Rodriguez? I think.
Yeah, they're kind of like friends.
Yeah,
now.
so but I mean, I've got nothing against Shotzi, but they've done not a lot with her this year. You know, she was in the women's Money in the Bank match. I think she was on the women's Survivor Series team, or one of them last year. But that's all I can really remember them doing with her, apart from before she got this title shot. I mean, I liked her on NXT with the tank and stuff, but it's not really been a big. But as always, the main roster's just been a bit different for her. Who's going to win? Ronda Rousey. Yeah, I can't see Ronda dropping the belt. I think Ronda will probably keep the belt now till WrestleMania, where she might have a big rematch with Becky, maybe at WrestleMania 39. So, yeah, Ronda Rousey. I'm sure Shotzi will have a good few moves, but yeah, Ronda Rousey to retain. Pretty straightforward. Who have you got, dear boy?
Yeah, it's pretty simple, isn't it? Really, I can't really see how Shotzi's. I don't think. I mean, I think Triple H likes her from the time on NXT and stuff, but I don't think anyone's going to be beating Ronda this soon. She won it from Liv. When did she beat Liv? Was it Crown Jewel?
No, Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules.
Exactly. But we barely even seen Ronda on TV.
But she's been on SmackDown. She
has been on TV, well, a little bit, I think. But either way, it's not going to be Shotzi who beats her. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's going to be Ronda to retain. There's no way Shotzi's going to win.
Yeah, fully agree. All right, so let's continue. Yes, so we have a singles match. Yes, we have AJ Styles with the OC and Mitchin. Mitchin. Oh, what's the second name? Star. Then we have Finn. Then we have Finn Balor going up against Finn Balor with the Judgment Day. So yeah, this is this feud's continuing after the Crown Jewel match. We've got the OC and Judgment Day. Yeah, I mean, it's AJ Styles and Finn Balor, so this should be a really good match. You know, these two go way back from Japan and all that. And of course, they had that match at TLC a few years back at 2017, I think it was, when the Demon Finn versus AJ Styles. That was pretty good. So yeah, I'll start with this. I did the last one, didn't I? Callum, who have you got? AJ or Finn?
Well, I think every single time we do a prediction video and AJ has a match, we usually go for him to win because he hasn't won, as you like to say, since what is it, Money in the Bank last year? The last time he won a match.
Poor AJ.
And we're talking about AJ Styles. He's been in this feud with the Judgment Day since before WrestleMania. Technically, with Edge, when Edge was there, Damian Priest, all the stuff with the OC coming back. At Crown Jewel, I thought the OC are going to win because they're going to have the equalizer to Rhea. But Mitchin didn't turn up until the Raw after. I just wanted to call him Mia Yim, but I'll call her by her actual
name. Mitchin. Mitchin.
And yeah, I think this time, obviously, Rhea's going to try and get involved, and Mitchin's going to be the one to step in this time. If Rhea Ripley's even around, because obviously she'll have been in the women's War Games match. So
yeah.
We'll see. But either way, I'm going to go for AJ Styles to finally break the pay-per-view loss streak.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, like you said, this feud's been going on for ages. Like if you go back to Edge and AJ, like you said, since WrestleMania Backlash when Rhea and Damian Priest. But anyway, I am going with AJ Styles. It should be a good match, but AJ, please give AJ Styles a win. I mean, at this stage in his career, you know, he's 45 now. I think he's probably only got maybe a year or two left before he maybe calls it a day. And I think it's I wouldn't say wasting AJ Styles because he's had what, like 5-6 amazing years in the company, but he's been on a bit of a losing streak. I don't think AJ Styles really cares about that, to be honest. As long as he's having amazing matches, I think he's not that bothered. But we as fans just want to see him win. I mean, on pay-per-view. So yeah, should be a very good match. But with the OC's help to counteract Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day cheating, so AJ Styles will have help from OC and Mia Yim, not Mitchin. So yeah, AJ Styles, yes. Okay, moving on. What next? Oh yes, we have a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. Yes, we have Seth freaking Rollins defending his belt, going up against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. Oh, okay. So this got announced a day or two ago. I think on Sunday. Or was it last night? And yeah, it's Seth Rollins' first pay-per-view defense of the US belts, going up against the last two guys to hold it, Theory and Lashley. So yeah, this should be a really good match. Lashley's been on a bit of a tear since that awkward loss to Brock at Crown Jewel. He's been like beating everybody up. Theory, of course, the fight with the botched cash in, but now he's it's like a character change for him. He's become a lot more violent. So I guess Triple H did have a plan. So it's like a fresh character change for him. And yeah, this should be a really good triple threat. Who's going to win? You could just say Seth, but Bobby Lashley could win the belt back to get some momentum. Austin Theory could get the belt back to get him momentum back. And you could say Seth maybe doesn't need the US belt because I think he deserves to be in like the main title picture, Seth, with maybe a rematch with Roman next year, maybe. But I'm going to say Seth Rollins picks up the win here. But it should be a very good match and retains the belt. Callum?
Yeah, same. I think, like you said, Seth, but realistically on Raw, the only championship there is the US Championship. So, essentially, the US Championship is now the top belt on Raw. Because Roman's obviously on SmackDown most of the time. All of the challenges that he usually has are from SmackDown. So it's basically like Raw doesn't have a world championship. So
yeah,
you have the US title and that's all basically. Like you said, Bobby and could win it back realistically, but I feel like he's probably going to have another match with Brock at the Royal Rumble, perhaps after the messy finish at Crown Jewel when Brock won, and maybe Bobby destroys him at the Royal Rumble or actually beats him there. So I don't think that would be for the US belt. I don't think Brock would put himself down onto the level where he'd challenge for the US title. Theory, I mean, obviously he failed to cash in on the US title, which we all thought was really silly, and kind of buried him a little bit. But since then, the promo he did last week and his new character, and he's like, to be fair, Triple H has done a good job of picking him up and kind of making the best out of a bad situation with that. But I am going to go for Seth Rollins to retain because he's only had it about a month since, what was it, the Raw or two before Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he hasn't done an awful lot with it yet, really. I mean, challengers like Mustafa Ali, people like that are kind of been in the picture and stuff. He defended it against Finn on Raw as well at one point. But, Seth Rollins just needs to keep it. I think it's too early for him to lose it. I don't really know what the plan's going to be for Roman. So, in the meantime, leave it on Seth.
Yeah, okay. We're both in agreement with Seth Rollins. Okay, then on to the main event, a match which I think has all the potential to be a definitely match of the year contender. I can't wait for this match. It's gonna be war. And yes, we have the men's War Games match. Yes, so we have Team Sheamus, or the Brawling Brutes. Yes, so we have Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens going up against the Bloodline. Yes, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, and the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, with Paul Heyman. This is going to be, I think this is going to be an amazing match. I mean, I absolutely love the War Games matches. I mean, when they brought them back in NXT in 2017? Yeah, and they've had a War Games pay-per-view in NXT every year now, of course, main roster, but the War Games matches are just so brutal and violent. There's just tons of carnage and spots and weapons. This is going to be an amazing match. Well, same with the women's too, but I think the men's is going to be even more violent, especially with the Bloodline. And I'm just really looking forward to this match, really, and just seeing what's going to happen. Will this be the Bloodline's first defeat in ages? I mean, because Roman's belt's on the line, will something happen with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Is this where Sami Zayn betrays the Bloodline? It's all a bit It's very intriguing, and I think, and Callum, I'll let you start since I think I did the last two. I'll let you start. Who's winning, Team Sheamus or Team Bloodline, or the Bloodline, whatever?
This is tricky because you've got Sami Zayn could be a factor with the Bloodline. Jey Uso as well could also be, because I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says, and then like you've got that kind of it's showing the signs of a breakup for the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens yesterday on Raw was talking about Sami Zayn still being his brother, so maybe he kind of talks him around to pulling out the Bloodline and maybe turning on them or something. I don't know if Roman would get pinned if he, but you know what? Because me and Olivia were saying this, he's not been pinned since what, December 2019, something like that, isn't
it? Baron Corbin, yeah.
When you lost to Baron Corbin, yeah. And I think this could be the time to show that Roman's got a bit of a weakness, that he's actually pinned by someone. Maybe Kevin Owens pins him. Because it seems like Kevin Owens is going after Roman Reigns again, after what he said yesterday on Raw, at least. It's very difficult. Because it's the first time all the Bloodline have had a match together as a five, so I feel like they also wouldn't want to lose their first match as well, as a unit completely.
It's really tricky.
It actually is hard.
I need to think about this because me and Callum's girlfriend, we're tied on predictions, so I need to think about this because if she picks differently, who could win our prediction chart for this entire year?
Point, yeah. Point.
Oh God. Oh.
I'm going to I'm gonna go with the. um, I'm gonna go with the bloodline.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean I've said it now. I can't take it back. I'll go with the bloodline. I'll go with the bloodline.
oh, oh! I genuinely can't pick. It's just so hard because you can say Roman. I can't see Roman losing because this would count as a loss for Roman. But maybe this is when they show, like you said, he does get pinned. It's a big OMG. Roman just got pinned. What the WTF? WTF? And then that shows a bit of weakness heading into next year. Well, of course, at some point next year he will lose the belts to I don't know, Cody, The Rock. We'll see next year. Ooh. Oh, F it. I'm gonna go with a big gamble. Oh God, I hope this pays off. I'm going with Team Sheamus.
Oh, the brawling brutes!
Come on, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and the others. KO, do not let me down. I think I think something's going to happen with KO and Sami Zayn. I think and Jey Uso, and there's a big shock at the end where Roman either gets hit with maybe they all team up on Roman at the end. Maybe there's a Claymore, a stunner, a brogue kick, and they all just pin Roman. I go, F you, Roman. No bloodline to save your skin this time. Because, of course, Drew McIntyre and KO, note from their feuds of Roman, they had Roman beat, didn't they? But when the Usos weren't getting involved. But anyway, yeah. Big gamble. It might cost me predictions, but who cares? I'm going with the Team Sheamus to beat the bloodline in the main event. Oh God. What have I done?
that is a big decision. That is a big play.
I just think this might be it where where Roman finally takes a pin and the belts aren't on the line. So we'll see. Ooh. So yes. Well, so yeah, that is it for the card for Survivor Series War Games. But there may be other matches. Bray Wyatt's been feuding with LA Knight. So maybe there's a blow-off match here. Maybe, I don't know. If that match happens, Bray Wyatt, absolutely.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think that might happen, to be fair. If not, then it's probably going to happen on a SmackDown soon. But yeah, Bray Wyatt is easily going to win that one.
Yeah. We might have the World Cup final, but obviously whoever goes up against Gunther for the IC belt, otherwise that might be on next week's SmackDown. I don't know. Is it when's the semi-finals? I don't even know. It's Braun. It's Braun Strowman and Ricochet, isn't it? I think.
Is that the final or is that a semi-final?
I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, though, I think Braun and the New Day went up against Imperium last week on SmackDown. So yeah. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Braun versus Gunther, which should be a very hard-hitting match. It's hard to say who would win that one, to be fair, between those two. But I don't think it'll be on Survivor. So I think it'll come too soon for Survivor Series anyway. But still, that will be an interesting match to see who goes forward for that one.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, I believe that's everything for Survivor Series War Games. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all to our viewers and subscribers, our regular viewers. You know who you are, who always comment on our videos. Thank you to all, because this will be our final prediction video of 2022, since there's no pay-per-view in December. So yeah, just want to say thank you all very much. I'll definitely will do another video or two, maybe in December. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Me and Callum, prediction video wise, we'll be back in about a month and a half for the Royal Rumble. My goodness, in 2023. Where did this year go? Goodness me. But yes, for the Royal Rumble in about a month and a half. So
I still remember when you were predicting Brock to win the Rumble at number 30, and I was like, no way. And look what happened. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Did I predict Brock to win the Rumble?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
All right. Well then, yeah. What a win that.
Points for that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, guys. We hope you all enjoy Survivor Series War Games. And William Regal. Although William Regal, he cost your boy the AEW Championship.
That's why I said at the start, damn you, William Regal, passing those knuckle dusters to MJF, you turncoat.
But I think AEW talk. Oh my goodness! But I think we all
I was
knew
going to say, I thought, what if I mentioned it? You were like, we're a WWE channel, Callum.
AEW. Oh my god! But yeah, of course, MGF won the belt. Samoa Joe, he's got 2 belts. So yeah, AEW is quite good at the minute too. So yeah, guys, yeah, thank you for watching, and me and Callum, we will see you all for the Royal Rumble in 2023. So thank you guys, and enjoy Survivor Series.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because I won't see you again until after Christmas.
You will. I'll be back, guys, but yeah, Callum will be back in January. So yeah, bye, guys.